asked you last week before Kings Lynn how the mood was in camp. You said low. I'm assuming after Monday's result, it's a bit more positive.
Yeah, listen, results change mentality. You come into work the following day, not as tired as what you would be off the back of a loss. We start the game not great, conceding in the first 5 to 6 minutes, and you think, not again. I thought the reaction of the players was very good, and fortunate enough, I felt the second half was really productive, spoke about what we needed to improve on, how we'd go about our business in the second half, and I thought, yeah, we were excellent. And for Cabby to go and get a hat-trick, for Gus and Kane to pitch in with some goals, it was a much-needed win.
Any fresh injury concerns? How's Gus Mafuta?
Yeah, okay. So he'll be available to travel up tomorrow to Halifax. Whether we utilise him or not, he starts or comes on is to be seen. It's a 4-hour journey. It's a muscle injury. It's something that we need to be cautious with. We've got to be appreciative that we don't want to set him back longer than what he needs to be. So yeah, listen, it's one where we'll make the decision when we get off the bus at Halifax. If he's available, brilliant. If not, we've got other personnel in the ranks that can go and slot in and hopefully do just as good a job.
You spoke about that freshness that a win brings, and we've touched a lot on momentum recently. What kind of lift does a 5-1 victory give you when going into games against tough opposition like Halifax?
Yeah, listen, it's the scoring 5 goals. We haven't managed to do that. And was it Kings Lynn? Was it us? I think it was a mixture of the both, I have to say. I think that you look at their sort of results in recent weeks, they've conceded the 4s, the 4s, the 3s, the 4s. Yeah, twice against Stockport, once against Halifax, a 3-0 against Dagenham, and then for us to hit them 5. So you look at that and take the result with a pinch of salt to an extent. Halifax are no mugs. Halifax are a fantastic side. And got to be honest, for Pete Wild and for him to be in the playoff march again, second year in a row, it's credit to him and his backroom staff, and his recruitment was fantastic in the summer. So we go there, most definitely not arrogant because of the 5-1 win, slightly more confident. But yeah, we need to make sure we're right on it on Saturday at 3 o'clock, because you don't go to Yeovil and beat them 3-0 live in the box against Kings Lynn. You beat them 4-2 after going 2-0 down. So they have a winning mentality there. They've got personnel in their ranks that can cause you problems. They've dovetailed between 3 or 4 shapes in recent weeks. They've got personnel that can hurt you on any given day. And for me, we need to go and hit the heights we hit from the 45th minute to the 90th minute in the second half against Kings Lynn. And yeah, I believe we can cause them problems.
What did you say at that half time against Kings Lynn? Because whatever you said, it worked. So how important is it that you start against Halifax the way you started the second half against Kings Lynn?
So tweaked it slightly because Kings Lynn come with, it's a tough one. Their personnel on their team sheet, they set up differently against other teams. So we're assuming that's how they're going to set up when regards to the start of the game. And it's tough to give information across to the team in terms of their sort of shape change. It's easier to go through that on a board at half time with a little bit more structure. So we worked on that and it paid dividends. We were fortunate enough to go and get 4 goals in the second half. But yeah, credit goes to the players. The players are the ones that work on it week in, week out. We speak about systems and shapes, how we can affect different shapes and different teams with their personnel. And it's no different on Saturday. They could pick a team on the team sheet that could probably work out to be a 4-2-3-1, but on the day they may change to their shape of a 4-3-3. So look, it's horses for courses. We need to ensure that we're doing what we can do and how we go about our business. We've had a good 2 or 3 days being the back end of this week in prep for Halifax. We've worked on where we can hurt them. We've not solely concentrated on us, but 85-90% of the sessions have been about how we go about our business, because teams have got to be worried about what we have in the ranks and how we go about playing our game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going up there, playing against a good side, a team in form, sitting 5th currently in the National League. And like I spoke about last week, momentum is going to be a massive thing. We need to ensure that we're finishing this season strong, and it's no better to play the likes of Halifax, the Wrexhams, the Eastleys that are all looking to get into the playoffs.
What kind of game can we expect there? I mean, like you said, they're in the playoffs. This is kind of a must-win game if they want to secure the playoff places. It's going to be tough, isn't it?
KG1, they look to play out. They got big, strong personnel on set pieces, so we guard against that. But again, it's about us getting on the front foot. Pitch is big there, which I like because I think we got good legs in key areas tomorrow with the personnel we're looking to start. So yeah, we need to make sure we utilise the ball. We make the pitch as big as and expansive as possible when we land on it. And yeah, we're well drilled and organised like I felt we were second half against Kings Lynn. And the pressure's all on them. Why? And it's a nice pressure, don't get me wrong. It's not a pressure where they're fighting for their lives to get keep in the National League. This is a pressure to get into the playoffs. So it's a nice pressure, but they'll play with a pressure. Whereas us, we're sort of seeing out the season to an extent, trying to finish as strong as we can. There isn't the real pressure of gaining the 3 points to consolidate a playoff spot, but there isn't us trying to get 3 points to stay in the National League. So we'll play with no fear, we'll play with no pressure, and hopefully that allowing the shackles to be off on certain personnel tomorrow will only aid us as opposed to Halifax.
I think it's 6 without a win on the road. There's been plenty of draws on the road. What needs to happen to make sure that that record comes to an end and you get the winning ways back whilst you go away?
We score more than Halifax. Now that would be great. We just listen. Our away performances haven't been too bad. I think we're in the top 6 in the away form guide, which I don't think that's our issue this year. I don't think that travelling to Notts County, to Hartlepool and picking up wins, to Bromleys, to Torquays that are in and around it and picking up draws. I said it, you need to pick up your points away from home. You need to win your games at home. And saying at home that's not been that good is scoring goals and creating chances. So travelling away tomorrow to a team that's sitting 5th, we need to ensure that we start the game bright. We can't be in a position where we concede early like we did against, Kings Lynn, Solihull at home, because it's an uphill battle. The stats are heavily against you if you concede first in the National League. So we went against that on Saturday, but we've spoken and addressed the group that we want to try and get the first goal on Saturday and build from there. And it was something that we spoke about in previous weeks where we've gone and got the 2-goal lead against Notts County, the 2-goal lead against Aldershot in a 3-1 and Dagenham, and we kind of sat back and invited pressure, whereas on Saturday we went 2-1, we went 3-1, we went 4-1 and 5-1. So hopefully it's a mentality change in our favour. And yeah, we need to ensure that we start right, stick to the game plan, implement what's being asked of us, work hard, and I'm sure we won't fall short. And
just one more, you handed Mamadou Jallow his debut on Monday. Is this now the perfect time to see what some of the youngsters have got?
100%. 100%. He might have an opportunity of starting tomorrow. He might come on again. He done okay. Didn't do great. Didn't do bad. He done okay. It was his debut in a 5-1 lead in a game that he could have done really poor. It wouldn't have affected him. I like Mamadou. He's come into the building. He's come back into our bubble being the first team. He has great pace, comes off both feet. He could be anything. What that means, I don't know. It's totally down to him. We have an infrastructure here and a foundation and platform for him to develop. And hopefully, fingers crossed, he keeps building and progressing, because that's all you can ask of a young player. He'll get given an opportunity, as many young players have done in the past and will do in the future. And I like the fact that he's one of our own. It's nice that the fans buzz off that with Sorba leaving the building and to potentially have another one in the Mamadou Jallow sort of frame. It's nice. It's something that promotes the academy and the work that we're all doing. Connor Smith, Charlie Hunter, the chairman, the infrastructure we have in place here, the finances and the expenditure that goes into running that, to get one in the first team is amazing. So yeah, fingers crossed he can keep delivering. And if he gets to start from now to the end of the season, he needs to grasp it with both hands.
This is a good time to experiment a bit now.
Yes, most definitely. Yeah, listen, we got nothing to play for, and it pains me to say that. And when I say we got nothing to play for, I'm not being flippant. I'm not quitting down in tools. It pains me to say we have nothing to play for. In 3 years, this group of people have played for something each year the last 3 seasons, whether it will be Wembley, whether it will be a relegation battle, whether it will be the promotion push last year. To be in a position where there's no relegation, we've not got any issue of being relegated if there was, and the fact that we can probably flirt with 10th spot or 16th spot, it don't sit well with me. because I'm not a person that likes to just go through the motions. I like to have something to get my teeth into. So it is frustrating. I've probably had to refocus my energy on other bits, and that's moving forward in terms of next year and gaining momentum so that we don't start the new season in the manner in which we're currently finishing it. If we go and get a couple more wins on the board and stay unbeaten with the remaining 5 games, it will stand us in better stead going into the new year. I keep saying it, we have got a large portion of this group next year. I believe in this group now and the group going forward. It's now tasked for myself, the management, the club, the chairman and Charlie to go and get 4 or 5 real bits of quality to ensure that we don't fail next year and that we are going to go and have a right go at trying to get in the playoffs.